For the most part, the move towards electrification has been because electric vehicles compared to gas-powered vehicles are better for the environment overall. But that doesn't mean that electric vehicles have to be boring and can't be exhilarating or performance-oriented. There's lots of great performance-oriented EVs, such as what's beside me right now. The Ford Mustang Mach-e launched last year to much fanfare, and it's done incredibly well. But the basic Mach-e, just like the basic Mustang, has been for, enthusiasts who love a good-looking, muscle-bound electric car, now in an SUV form. But here we now have beside me is the Mustang Mach-e GT. Just like the GT Mustang, this is the performance-oriented electric Mustang. It's got a lot of performance-oriented capabilities, and it's what I'm going to take a look at as the feature of my latest review. This is the performance version of the Mach-e with the GT, of course, just like with the regular gas. There are technically actually two versions of the Mach-e GT, although only one in Canada. There is the Mach-e GT and the Mach-e GT Performance Edition. In the US, you have the choice, but here in Canada, all GTs will be the Performance Edition. What is the difference? Well, not too much substantially. The big difference is the fact that with the drive modes, you also have what you call unbridled extend, and with the unbridled extend, you basically have the ability to you get a little extra torque. You have more of a race mode. It powers down a little bit, but it gives you a much more race-oriented drive system. Now, the problem is I can't demonstrate the unbridled extend, even though I have it in this vehicle, because it's winter. Not because there's snow on the roads, but because this is an electrified powertrain, and the unbridled extend would have an additional draw on the power system, which would then, of course, have a reduction on range. This, by default, is sort of triggered to not operate in unbridled extend unless the temperature is said to be above 15 degrees Celsius, which would be, if my head is correct, somewhere in the low 60s Fahrenheit. I can double check that and put it on my overlay. What you are dealing with here in terms of an overall powertrain is the dual motor, 88 kilowatt battery. It is fast. It has the equivalency of 480 horsepower. That's in either mode. With the Performance Edition, like I have, you get 634 pound-feet of torque, because that, and again, that's the beauty of electric. Zero torque curve, a lot more instant torque, great off the line. It's a little bit less than the regular GT Edition in terms of the torque, but it is super fast. The Mustang Mach-e GT Performance model is exhilarating to drive. The dual-motor all-wheel drive powertrain system is floating on a Magna-Ride suspension and creates plenty of sturdiness and power. According to Ford, you will need only 3.7 seconds to get from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour or 62 miles per hour, which is something I wanted to experience. And as per usual, I brought my performance car-loving son along with me to get his thoughts on it as well. So, well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to have a little run here, and you want to see how it feels? Sure. Okay, so I have it in unbridled mode. I do not have unbridled extend because we can't because of the cold. I have the propulsion sound on. What is good is I have one pedal driving, which means it's actually in drive because it's a one pedal. I don't have to be on the brake. So let's give it a go. Ready? Okay. You give me a countdown, my friend.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh my God. Holy crap. He went 134 on top. Jeez.
How's that for electric?
Holy crap.
That good?
That was insane.
Thumbs up?
Yes.
In terms of drive range, this has, again, the large 88 kilowatt battery. It is the largest of the battery options, but with the additional power draws of performance oriented, it doesn't have the optimal range. The range in this Performance Edition is said to be 400 218 kilometers. That's about 260 miles. It's a little bit higher in the non-performance edition GT, which would get you up to 434 kilometers, about 270 miles. Now, I have not been able to achieve anywhere near that because I'm reviewing this in early February, and it's been cold. And we do know that electric powertrains do reduce the effective range in winter. That is, of course, due to the fact that with internal combustion engines, the inefficiency of internal combustions in terms of thermal heat loss works to the advantage because you can draw heat from the heat waste to warm the interior. But electric vehicles are just far more efficient, so they don't lose. There's only about 10% thermal efficiency loss, so the battery itself has to use the heating systems. It's not too cold today, actually, so I have the heat almost off, and I'm just using my seat warmer and heated steering wheel if I want, but that's one of the problems. There are some notable exterior design changes between the regular Mach-e and the GT versions. The signature exterior color for the GT is Cyber Orange, which is what you see on my tester. Now, I'm not sure how that name came to be or even if this is orange, but nonetheless, I think it looks great. The front grille, which is typically color matched on other trim levels, is instead a really nice looking carbon gray insert. And within this grille, GT versions have an illuminated pony badge, which looks pretty cool at night. It all matches well with the unique front and rear fascia GT designs, with a mechanical air intake to optimize airflow and reduce overall drag. The red painted front and rear brake calipers offer a distinctive look with the performance-oriented 20-inch wheels. On the inside, unique GT design elements include front row heated performance bucket seats in performance gray ActiveX seating material with unique Mico perforated reflective inserts and metallic stitching. With the Mach-e GT, Ford is also introducing their Blue Cruise technology, which they formerly called Active Driving Assist. Essentially, it's an advanced version of adaptive cruise control, which allows for hands-free driving on about 130,000 miles of pre-qualified divided highways across North America. When available, an indicator on the driver information display will let you know that Blue Cruise is enabled, and you can then take your hands off the wheel. Sensors above the steering wheel monitor your face and eyes to ensure that you keep your eyes on the road, so you can forget about having a nap or reading your email. But as there are Blue Cruise qualified highways in and around Toronto where I'm located, I did get a chance to use Blue Cruise in a way that I've always wanted to try, and I brought my eldest son along with me for a demonstration. So one of the joys of having Blue Cruise now is you can drive hands-free safely on the registered highways, which allows you to relax a bit, but it also gives you the freedom to do things that you haven't always been able to do safely, such as something that I want to demonstrate now because I've been tempted to do this many, many times, but my children, such as my eldest son Adam here, have feared for their safety. But to prove that Blue Cruise works, Adam, shall we do a demo? Fire away. Tom Sawyer! Just as you wouldn't expect a gas-powered, performance-oriented vehicle to be great on gas, we shouldn't be looking for the Mustang Mach-e GT to be particularly efficient either. In Canada, the combined energy efficiency rating is 25.6 kilowatt-hours per 100 kilometers, which is also read as 2.9 liters E per 100 kilometers. In the US, the Mach-e GT has a combined rating of 40 kilowatt-hours per 100 miles, or 84 mpge, while the GT Performance Edition is rated slightly less efficiently at 41 kilowatt-hours per 100 miles, or 82 mpge. All this is to say that in layman's terms, these are the battery electric equivalent of performance-oriented gas guzzlers. Charging up the 91 kilowatt-hour battery found within the Mach-e GT from 10% up to 80% will take about 10 hours if using a typical level 2 home charging system. If using a level 3 DC fast charge, you'll need about 45 minutes. And while using a 120 volt home outlet is possible and it is good for the long-term life of the battery, I would suggest not relying on this option if buying the GT, as it could take 3 to 4 days to charge this large battery to get from empty up to 100%. This is a pace slower than other EVs I've reviewed and charged this way at home, since I don't have a level 2 charger of my own. This Ford Mustang Mach-e GT is a fun vehicle to drive. If you were unsure about why you'd want to drive electric, if you felt it would be boring, there's nothing exciting about it, get into one of these things. It really will change the mindset of what an electric vehicle can be. I mean, look, it's not the most efficient of electric vehicles, so for those who are all about sustainability, well, you know, maybe this isn't the one. There are more efficient, even more efficient Mustangs than this GT. But if you really want to still enjoy driving with no torque curve, with all the amenities, and really a good looking car. I know there's some polarization among the Mustang diehards that this can't be a Mustang because it's an SUV, but trust me, this is a good looking ride and it drives like a blast. I enjoy this vehicle, and I know it's not a mass seller, but those who get into it are really going to enjoy it too. I had fun with this review, and I hope you enjoyed watching it along with me. Don't forget, I have reviewed the non-GT Mustang, so please check that out on my channel. And in speaking of my channel, if you're not subscribed to it, please consider doing so. And if you are subscribed, don't forget to make sure that you have the notification button on so that you're aware of every time I upload something new. That's it for this time. I'm Eric Novak. Thanks for watching. There's plenty of ways for you to keep connected with me, so check out some of my social media links, suggested videos, and you know, I'd really love it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel.